All right, it is Booker, it is Stryker, and it is our friend Joe. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
You know, you had told us, because we've done this before, that this was your very first radio station visit.
Yeah.
Have the rest of the visits since our initial visit, have they all fallen apart for you? Have they held up to this great standard that we have?
Nothing like.
I'm sure.
Nothing like the standard at which you've set.
Thank you.
The bar is high.
Thank you. Everyone else sucks, and we are awesome.
Sorry, everybody.
I feel like Joe Keery just said that with a wink. Like, you guys were like 6 out of 10. There was really no bar sets.
No wink.
No.
No wink.
I've been to
no
all
wink.
big major markets, mini markets.
He didn't even remember he'd met us before.
No, yes, he did.
I did.
Of
I'm
course.
just saying.
Joe knows us very, very, very well.
Joe knows Booker and Stryker.
Joe, how are you feeling today? There's been some news with your previous band and your involvement with the band and a new song, and like this is pretty cool. And we got you right here, right now.
Yeah. So,
Post Animal.
Yeah, I made another record with these guys. We did this. It's like almost the 10-year anniversary of an album that we had made previously before. So we were all just kind of in the same place at the same time and thought, let's do another one for fun for us. And yeah, first song is out today called Last Goodbye. Really happy to be involved and happy for the whole team.
Congratulations
Thanks.
on that, man.
Thank
The
you.
initial reason, not to get too deep in the weeds, that you stepped away from that band years ago was because of the acting, right?
Yeah, it was kind of taking me in one direction, and just really time commitment wise, I was sort of being pulled away. So for those reasons, it kind of made sense for us to part ways. But they're my great friends
Nice.
and are a really important part of my life, and it just kind of worked out that we could make this project together, and it was an amazing experience, and
Awesome.
I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
How is the hustle? Because, we're looking at your schedule. Of course, we saw you last weekend at Coachella.
I was
then
there
you
watching.
You did
Oh.
Kimmel. Yeah, he saw the actual
I
performance.
was right up front, man.
Oh,
I
did
watched
great.
it on
Thanks.
streaming. That counts.
Couchella, as I heard it's
Couchella is
called.
exactly
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But then you've had many shows in between. You're still doing a lot of interviews. Like, you're full in it. This
Yes.
isn't like a vanity side project. You're on top of this. Is this schedule everything you thought it would be? Is it what you hoped it would be?
Yeah, I mean, it's rigorous, it's full on, but I'm really like supporting this thing that I spent a lot of time doing also. So it feels like all kind of cool stuff and worthwhile. And yeah, it's like the music side of things is like a passion of mine. So it feels like a labor of love, I guess. And the hustle's real. The schedule is packed, but I like to work, and I like working on things that I'm interested in.
What did you take away from weekend one of Coachella? You're doing the Friday of Coachella again. I was right there watching. You did awesome.
Thank you.
What'd you think of the festival, playing, being there? Did you spend time? Did you walk around?
Yeah, definitely walked around, saw this band called Speed, which was kind of crazy.
Is
sort
that
of
the muscly
Austral-
guy kind of?
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
it was like intense.
Yeah.
It's like circle, get a circle. It's like kind of fun to be
Yeah.
experience that.
Yeah.
Saw Lady Gaga, saw some of Parcels, Maria's. Yeah, saw a bunch of amazing acts. Wore a lot of sunscreen, drank a lot of water. Kind of like checked all the Coachella boxes.
Yeah.
it was great.
Are you getting to have any fun? Because you're working a lot, and I know your work isn't exactly like digging ditches or anything
Right.
like
Certainly
that.
not.
It's a good time, but outside of it, like, can you park all the music, all of the everything, and go out with some friends still, or have a good time?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. We're having a really nice time, and selfishly, this a part of this tour is really just like spending a lot of time with friends who I wouldn't get to spend time with. So it's the Joe band, all the Post Animal guys as well, and we're all just there's a lot of crossover there, and we're all just hanging out and visiting all these different cities. There's a lot of fun. Yeah.
The Crux is your third full length.
Yeah.
As Joe, and you and I have talked before on my podcast, whether one person was listening or millions, you would keep making the music. The songs that you wrote for the album, did you do those in the house in Atlanta while filming? Did you make time when you weren't filming to write songs? How was the schedule for that?
That was all over the place. It was definitely some in Atlanta, and then I was in Calgary for part of that time, and then was in Rome shooting, which was amazing. Man, unlucky me. Yeah, it's like, and then would go to New York and kind of like take the ideas that I had been working on and flush them out, and so yeah, it was kind of like Yeah, it's like a little diary, that album. It's a little journal of kind of the things that I was going through in my own personal life, and then and kind of bringing it all together. So, yeah.
You have this easiness about you. I don't
Oh,
know
thanks.
if it was always there, or if it's this like watching you perform. I don't want to say like you're, lackadaisical about it, but you're just cool about it. Is any of it stemmed because you have two incredibly successful careers, and how are you going to manage both of them in the future?
Well, I guess the act is working because the nerves are for sure there.
They're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like you are your own worst critic always.
Yes.
And there's always room for improvement. And, especially at these shows, people pay a lot of money to come to a show, get a babysitter, have a night out, take the time. It's like a big thing, So you do want to make it worth people's while and worth the time and the energy that they've spent to get there. So, and then in terms of juggling both things, I mean, I'm lucky to have one career that is allowing me to work as an artist in a creative way. So, I think it's really about just leading with some gratitude, and then also following what really does interest you, because I do feel like if you're doing something that is of interest, you're going to do your best work,
I have a question about bands that you loved as a kid.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Who were some, and I'm not talking about at 20, like 13 to 17 range.
Yeah,
Who and what
definitely.
were you into?
AC/DC.
Wow.
Loved AC/DC. Had a big AC/DC Live at Donington poster on my wall.
Nice.
Led Zeppelin. The Beatles, obviously. I remember finding out about Daft Punk around that age. I got a laptop from my grandpa, like an old Dell laptop.
Right?
And just, I don't know how, maybe LimeWire or some, just downloaded Discovery and was blown away by that.
Who was your first live show that you went to?
Bruce Springsteen.
The boss.
The
Wow.
boss.
Was that
I
with your
went-
family,
That
by
was
yourself?
it was my whole family at the Tweeter Center in Massachusetts, and it was like a big outdoor venue. We were like families with blankets and stuff. And again, his shows are like 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the time, by hour like 2, I was like, "Can we go home?"
What
'Cause it's
is
just
it?
too
Yeah.
long.
What is it with the classic rock roots? Because you're talking about your favorite bands, and we're a little older than you, maybe 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But
I'm
as-
6 months older. You're 4 years older.
Yeah.
whatever it may be. But we have the same experience. I still remember driving around on my friend's Camaro, listening to AC/DC,
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. Right. Like, what is it? Like, why is every generation still go back to that? Why do you think it is?
Because they rule?
They're great. I mean, I don't know. There's obviously music in my generation that I think is amazing as well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I may just like the indelible mark that they made upon like guitar music. I'm like a big
Maybe.
fan of the guitar, and I think a lot of people in my generation saw School of Rock, and that left some sort of impression on people, to be honest with you. I've talked about this with a lot of different people. And that was kind of like a seminal movie. It just combined like humor and music, and I don't know. There's something really like just shiny about that movie.
You're the
Yeah.
bee's knees, as
Yeah.
Jack Black said. Lawrence.
Yeah, I think
Lawrence.
that's like a touchstone for a lot of people.
So I looked at your playlist the other night, not from Coachella, but one of your own shows. There are like 18 songs on there.
Yeah, we did a lot.
That's one hell of a list, man.
Yeah.
Do you do the same songs every night, or do you change it up? How does it work for you?
It's still pretty early, so we're new to this, and a part of playing a live show is understanding how things work together and how things play, and so yeah, we're changing it up every night and taking a song in, putting something out, switching up the order for sure. We're trying to work up more songs, bring back old songs. I think it's like a constant for us. It's I don't like to be stagnant on something. It's for me very very exciting to constantly be changing things up, and I think it keeps it fresh for us and then also for the audience too.
You mentioned that you're your own worst critic. I mean, I think any artist would say that.
Yeah.
What are you critical about? Like, do you watch back your Coachella performance? Did you walk off that stage and go, damn this? Or What is it about your performances that you get a little nitpicky about?
I did not watch it. Yes, I do that, and I think it's about a bunch of different things. Sometimes it's technical. You know, you can have a really kind of sloppy technical show, but maybe like the spirit of the whole thing feels really good, and vice versa. You kind of like maybe you are technically on, but it feels kind of like stagnant. And I think it's about like, for me, the pursuit of those things together, where you feel like, you know, you're really technically locked, but it's the same thing as like acting. You're kind of like after like the kind of like truth of the moment feeling, where you feel like you're really connected to the words that you're saying and the music that you're putting out, and like you're taking everybody on that ride, and you can also feel it yourself if it's kind of like working. So it's happened a couple times, and that's the feeling that makes it all worthwhile, is like that sort of, you know, tingly feeling that you get when you feel like you're really being honest about it.
And when you're not, how long does it take to shake it off? Like if you're 2-3 songs, you're like, I'm not connecting, and you know it.
Sometimes
What happens then?
Well, sometimes you just got to get through it. Sometimes
Yeah.
fake it till you make it. Yeah, I do. You do have to do that, and it doesn't feel good to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But the show must go on. Not every show is going to be perfect, but I do think, you know, I think about any artist, Taylor Swift, for example. There's no way every single show on her massive tour she was on every night, but she's like a professional in a way and can, you know, for the audience's experience, every night is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it requires, you know, that attention to detail and the pursuit of connecting to, reconnecting to the songs every night.
Obviously, when you're acting in a show like Stranger Things, they're giving you the words, they're setting the lighting, they're doing the background. You do your work and you leave, and then it's up to them how it looks.
Yeah.
With your music, it's all on you.
It
Is it the
is.
same sort of pressure, or do you feel different pressures or no pressures?
It's different. I mean, it is different for sure. I mean, when you're embodying some character in a show or a movie, there's a little bit of a veil between you and, you know, this thing that you're doing. But, you know, for this music outfit this time, that doesn't exist as much. So maybe it's a little bit more exposure and a little bit more weight on someone's shoulders, or because you are speaking from the heart and making a lot of decisions on your own. You know, you're in charge in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of fun with that, but then also pressure. So that's why I think the two things actually go really well together, because one is really being a part of a team and helping someone else kind of see their vision. And then this side is kind of, you know, I have an idea of what I would like, and I get to kind of see it through. So I really love doing both. It's crazy. Really lucky, yeah.
Stryker was born here in Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
I, like you, was born on the East Coast and also spent a lot of time in the South. You working in Georgia, I was in South Carolina,
Yeah.
kind of moved to the Midwest, Chicago. My brother lives there, lived in Kansas City, moved to Los Angeles.
wow.
So you and I kind of see the world
Totally.
differently than this guy does. What is your impression of Los Angeles when you forget the industry, when you just come here? What stands out to you?
Honestly, like the mountains is my favorite part about Los Angeles, and the nature, and being able to, when I lived out here, it was great to be able to be so close to the ocean. And there's something like about the sun here that's a little bit different, and there's kind of like a golden thing going on, you know.
The Golden
which is why it's the
State.
Golden State.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, the actual just the nature of this place is really inspiring, kind of.
Does it bring out creativity in you here? Because millions of people come here
Yeah.
to create, no matter what it is. Do you feel it when you're here?
Yeah, we did a lot of the tracking for the second record that we did here, and there's just like a different pace also, and a lot of history, obviously, which is very inspiring, I think, to be
Yeah.
around places that, you know, where amazing things have happened. So yeah, that's inspiring.
What new artists have you connected with personally that are like, hey, man, I'm feeling what you're doing, and you're kind of making these connections out there? Have you had a shot other than Coachella? Because I know you're working every damn night now.
Yeah, you know, it's cool to meet people who also, you know, I think are really amazing. Like at Coachella, I met these guys who play in the band Parcels, which is an amazing group, and saw their show and met them and a bunch of really great guys. And that's like an extremely cool situation about this whole thing, to be able to like listen to artists and then all of a sudden you're, you know, playing in a festival with them. So that's been very cool.
Joe has done something really cool, I think. A lot of his songs, or at least a few, have gone viral. But when you go see him, it translates when you do the live show because
thank you.
you're welcome. You have so much pride in it, and you're really good at it. There's some artists who do great in their bedroom by putting out one song, and you're like, I want to go see this person. It's like, yeah.
Well, that
and
may
it doesn't
be the
really translate to a
perception
ticket
of him.
sales.
They may go, well, he's this actor that sort of makes music on the side. It's like, well, maybe it's the
no.
other way around.
Right,
Like he's
yeah.
really a musician at heart.
Yeah.
It's what he loves. And you watch the show, you see the many layers. It's not just let me do the exact song the way it was recorded. There's real art there. You know, it's great.
It's just like you know, at the end of the day, I guess I just love being creative
Mm-hmm.
in whatever way, in whatever group. And I'm sure if music or acting were to not work out, there'd be some other thing that I would really love to do. And who knows? I don't know. Maybe there
Right.
will be.
Radio host, you can be our third mic.
Oh,
There
that'd be
you go.
amazing.
How about this? Booker, Stryker,
There you
and
go.
Joe?
I think he
you can
probably
I
believe-
gets
could be.
top
I could be
billing.
the guy in the helicopter.
We go
Talking
to
about
Joe.
traffic.
Then we got a 405 101 build up here, slow and go on the
All right.
Like,
605.
be like, wow, it's really beautiful up
Well,
here.
That wraps
clouds
up
are
the first hour of
gorgeous.
our interview. Now
Yes.
we go into our second hour with Joe.
Yes. No, that's it, man.
Dude,
We're gonna
thanks for
wrap it.
doing this. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming back.
Yeah, thank you.
Typically, people
Thanks.
don't. They
Thank
come,
you.
they
Come
come
on.
once and
Come
they're like,
on.
"We're
Yeah.
done with this
Yeah.
crap."
Thank you. Thanks.
He's Joe. We're Booker and Stryker, and listen to his music. There you go.